Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child traffic that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Thank you so much for joining in. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. Thank you so much for joining in. We have raw footage coming in from Tapachula, Chiapas, as is getting every day more difficult over there in that particular area, as 100 and some thousand migrants are scattered all over the city. It has already been registered. The number has been registered by the COMAR, the Commission of Refugees, and also not only the Commission of Refugees, but ultimately other organizations have registered a high number of people that they're coming in still, and there are people that, and the migrants that they're still scattered all over the state of Chiapas. It is a complete chaos over there, as another blockage again has been done. Remember the last time that I was there, we saw how the Haiti population blocked the streets for the lack of attention of the Institute of National Immigration in terms to the particular basically the humanitarian visas and the visas of transit that entirely the Institute of National Immigration has been extremely slow to provide access to migrants to continue their road and ultimately to leave the state of Chiapas, which basically that is their number one purpose, to leave the state of Chiapas. So let's see right now. First and foremost, let me just welcome everybody that is joining in, and thank you so much. Give it a like to this live feed. Please give it a like to this live feed and share, as we are going to continue today broadcasting for all of you on 2 different topics. Before I get to the blockage of the migrants and ultimately the translation of migrants, as they are upset now, to give you guys an update of what is going on in Tapachula, 30 buses were provided today to migrants that they are stationed not in the stadium anymore, and not only in the ecological park. That there is a park over there in Tapachula that is called Ecological Park. They're stationed in the Libramiento Sur, that is a highway that it goes directly and connected to the Talisman south port of entry to Guatemala. A lot of the migrants are staying right there on the side waiting for buses, as 30 buses were provided today for people to leave Tapachula and leave Chiapas to other states of our country of Mexico. There has been a huge distribution this month of thousands now of migrants leaving the, better known as it is called prison of migrants. That is Tapachula, the city of the south border that connects to Guatemala. Let me just give a start with the stay in Mexico policy. Stay in Mexico policy. That is the first thing that I will start. And this was an article that it was written specifically about the consequences of the stay in Mexico policy. And ultimately, also, again, the question a lot of people are asking, who provided the buses? It is the Mexican government who is providing the buses. Again, the Mexican government is the one that is providing the buses due to the enormous pressure and the enormous influx that is happening right now in the south border. So let's go to this article that it was written by Box.com. And this talks about how the consequences of the stay in Mexico policy, how it is going to affect Mexico, and how there are some loopholes in the stay in Mexico policy now that is in difference to the Trump era stay in Mexico policy that is completely different. And this survey was done due to an equivalent number that is talking about how the consequences of the asylum seekers not being able to have their cases heard in the United States of America and ultimately being pushed back into the border of Mexico. What are the consequences right now of this continuous situation? The consequences are this. There's two things that there are going to change a lot. You're going to see hundreds of thousands of migrants crossing back to Mexico or being returned back to Mexico. And the shelters in Mexico are overwhelmed. There is no capacity. Mexico is incapable right now of doing or maintaining this fluency and this influx to continue. And the Mexican government, it is just unbelievable how they are not capable of handling this. And you guys have seen it, as we have been reporting, how the Institute of National Immigration in the south border in Tapachula, it is extremely incapable of this. And also the Mexican government. Why the Mexican president has signed this globalist compact if he was not comparable, and it is not, it was not dedicated that he was going to provide everything that is being signed in the globalist compact of immigration. We don't know. We don't know why he continues to be in this globalist compact. We don't know why he continues with this. But ultimately, now that we are almost 6 years into this, enormous influx of migrants and the fluency of migrants that is occurring in the south border, Central America and South America, now we stay with the stay in Mexico policy, which I have said, the stay in Mexico policy, it is profitable for United States citizens, that they are for security and national security of the border, but it's not profitable for Mexico and it's not profitable for Mexicans. I have said this in multiple platforms. I have said it in mainstream media. I have said it in multiple platforms. Why? Number one reason why the Mexican government is not capable of sustaining this, and they are the ones that they're allowing this influx to continue from the south border. But you cannot stop the fluency because we are in this globalist agreement. So what is the solution with this? The solution is that basically, let's see how the Mexican government is going to take care of the thousands that they're going to be returned back, the thousands that they are awaiting here because of the past administration, that it was the Trump, administration that basically put the stay in Mexico policy is going to collapse. The borders are going to basically collapse in the north. And according to the statistics that they were giving by several different organizations, it says that reports from February of 2021 of Humanitarian Rights identified more than 1,500 murders, kidnappings, and rapes and torture of other attacks on migrants as they were returned into Mexico, the MPP, under the MPP process. And a survey says that more than 20,000 asylum seekers were trapped in the U.S.-Mexico border, conducted by, and it says also, not only that more than 83% had subject to threats and physical violence, including 89% of them are LGBTQ asylum seekers. What are the difference between the stay in Mexico policy of this era of the Biden administration in comparison to the Trump administration? The difference is the administration says that it will complete all cases in the program within 6 months of a migrant's return back. The Trump administration promised to clear cases at the same time frame, but largely failed to meet in practice due to lack of prioritization and backlogs in the immigration courts. This was because the courts were clogged. It's not only not because the courts didn't want to attend, the system. It was because the the courts were just basically clogged. All of them. It was just they're overwhelmed, they're surpassed, and you will see how not only that the courts are being surpassed, the authority of the United States in Yuma, you will see it that they are surpassed, they're overwhelmed. They cannot control the enormous irregularities as they're crossing to a non-port of entry, as migrants are arriving to a non-port of entry, and ultimately they are walking alone in Arizona. Imagine that. In Arizona, you will see people that they're walking in the highway and in the freeway, looking for a border patrol agency or a department to be attended and to be basically delivering themselves as an asylum or a refugee case. It is just surpassing every government. There's no organization, and it is just with the stay in Mexico policy on the Mexican side is going to be chaotic, and ultimately let's see how the Mexican government is going to resolve that. So it also says that Biden also outlined exemptions to the program similar to the Trump administration used to use, including for people with disabilities and elderly people. These are the vulnerable people that they in the stay in Mexico policy with the Biden administration is going to be a complete change. It's different as in terms to the vulnerabilities of the people that they are going to be heard immediately in cases they are going to be allowed. One of them is the elderly, and the other one are people with disabilities, and also people with the LGBTQ community that they suffer from persecution. Basically, the LGBT community as they are migrating. As I have interviewed many and multiple people from the LGBTQ community as they are in caravans, they say they suffer from harassment, from rape, from violation, and so. These are the vulnerable cases. Now, let me just read a little bit of what the U.S. have said. The United States has said that it will also work with the Mexican government to provide safe and secure shelters for those enrolled in the program. However, the shelter directors along the border, and this is a reality for everybody that is watching, shelters along the border say that they are overwhelmed, and it is a reality. It is a reality that the shelters in Mexico are overwhelmed. It is not a lie, people. It is not a lie. Mexico government, it is extremely unprepared for this. Let's see who plays the part right here for this this influx. Let's say who is going to be playing the part as a priority. Is the Biden administration going to implement the stay in Mexico policy? But not only that, if they're going to be sending back now thousands, because now there's specific rumors that there's specific people from certain countries that they're being attended, in other countries that they're not being attended. So this has caused a greater understanding that the Biden administration, it is dividing countries by attending some countries and some don't. So basically now, a lot of migrants from particularly the population of Haiti, they're feeling that they are discriminated and they're not being attended. Also, the population from Africa, they're feeling that they're being discriminated and they're not being attended. And ultimately, only certain countries from the Central and South America are being attended. So they feel that the Biden administration, in one way, it is discriminating under these countries that they're not hearing their asylum and refugee petitions. So Holy cow. This is, as I have said it before, as a Mexican citizen, the Stay in Mexico policy, it protects the borders of the United States of America for Americans that they want the Stay in Mexico policy. But for Mexicans, it is just, imagine you have an influx coming into the north. Now you're going to have an influx coming in from the south. Now you have an influx coming in from the north. And it is just going to create an encapsulation, as exactly what happened in Tapachula, that people are encapsulated right there. And it is going to turn into basically, and I'm not predicting, I'm not creating the hysteria at the border like all these liberal, pamphlets, cornflakes, snowflakes journalists say, but it's going to create chaos as people are going to get tired of waiting. This is a long process to be done, but a lot of people need to understand that there's laws and there's immigration laws, and and there's processes for this. And this is why immigration reform needs to happen immediately, not only in the United States of America, but in the whole continent of America. Immigration reform needs to happen. And ultimately, I have said this before, and I have said it again. The United States of America has been a great provider of money to the whole world. The problem has been that the money has been delivered to the incorrect individuals and the incorrect people. And you give the money to Ortega in Nicaragua, and he's going to spend it on whatever he wants. He's going to be just providing his own empire. You spend it on Juan Orlando Hernandez from Honduras. He's not going to do anything for his people. You have seen that. Yamate in Guatemala, ultimately, again, another one. You have all these countries that they have received millions of dollars from the United States government, and ultimately it hasn't been fixed because these countries believe me, and I will tell you this. If you ask migrants if their country was good in infrastructure, good in logistics, good economically, good financially, all of them, they will tell you immediately, we will not be leaving our country if we had a security or we had some kind of future for our children. So one of the reason why we're leaving and we're going from country to country to country to country. This is why you see asylum seekers from 9 countries, migrating to 8, 9, 10 countries. And it is ultimately a never ending story that, it's just migrating to another one and another one looking for a better life. So this is the fault of just delivering the money to the wrong, incorrect people, as they have done in Mexico. Mexico is extremely corrupt. Mexico is struggling also with a lot of poverty, with a lot of insecurity, with murders, with ultimately, the number one that is the corruption, the cartel, taking the organized crime, taking advantage of our country, and particularly taking advantage of all of these situations. Also, they don't talk about in the Stay in Mexico policy, the vulnerable people that they're from Michoacan and also in Guerrero. These are cases that they're legitimate cases of asylum. I'm sorry if people are going to get hurt, but these are legitimate cases of asylum. I'm a guy that stays in the middle. I'm not a right. I'm not a left. I'm a guy that stays in the middle. People from Michoacan and Guerrero that they're suffering cartel persecution. They are suffering in Michoacan and Guerrero from cartel persecution due to the cartel is not taking care of the villages, and also taking advantage, of the villages, ultimately, providing, Mexican government not providing security for our own citizens. And these are cases that need to be heard, not only in the, if it is not the United States, whatever the place it is, but ultimately we have a lot of cases that they're legitimate cases. They're legitimate cases of asylum in Venezuela. They're legitimate cases of asylum in Cuba. But ultimately, there needs to be a gap for asylum seeking, and there needs to be an education to the migrant community of other countries that they can migrate, also that they are safe, that they can provide a better economy, that they can have a greater access to basically, a better life, if it is not in the third world class countries that they live on. This is a humongous problem that has been provoked by past governments giving the money to the wrong people. Some people are saying, how are you being persecuted? Please, if you don't like what I'm saying, the door is wide open. So this you have also Canada, that is a country that is in the globalist compact of immigration. Also, Canada can provide also asylum and refugee, but you don't see that education being done for the migrant community. You will see a migrant camp in El Chaparral. Mostly of the migrant camp in El Chaparral are people from Mexico. They're from Guerrero, and they're from Michoacan. The Guerrero and Michoacan area right now, it is suffering from cartel persecution. They are taking advantage of the villages. I have done multiple interviews with indigenous people and our people of Mexico that they're suffering persecution, that they're suffering cartel persecution, and they're killing their children. They're forcing their children of the mothers and the fathers to be part of the cartel. Our Mexican president is doing a horrible job on protecting our own people, on providing protection for our own people. And it has been a never-ending story, as the organized crime is the one in charge of the security of Mexico. This is why there needs to be a gap of asylum seeking. There needs to be an organized way to create a better pathway for whatever it is that they are trying to create. And ultimately, we need a solution now. This cannot continue at this pace. We cannot continue at this pace. And also, we cannot continue like this, creating chaos also in the south border at Tapachula. Now you got a chaos. It's going to be chaos on the north borders. It is going to be chaos everywhere. And there is the other factor, which is the supplies, and also the supplies lack of personnel, lack of supplies, and also lack of resources. It is happening also. Lack of supplies, lack of resources, and lack of personnel. There's a lot of help that it needs to be provided to fix this gigantic problem, but nobody's getting it fixed because a lot of these people are, taking advantage of this situation and just taking advantage of the migrants, as they're doing in the Darien Gap in Panama. They're ultimately, migrants are currency as they are walking in through Peru, to Ecuador, to Colombia, to all of these people. They are all the migrants are currency, are number, are money as they arrive to the border, also as they are currency also at every part of the border that they are trying to walk through. We have done interviews between the quantities that they are ultimately being in a way being charged as 4,000, 6,000, 8,000. We have another problem of irregular entrances through the border of the regular vehicle lane over here in Tijuana, where a lot of people from Russia, from Ukraine are trying to cross in an irregular way, deliver themselves in through a vehicle port of entry. Why? Because if they do it from the pedestrian port of entry, it's going to take a long time for them to be accepted and for them to be heard. So the asylum and refugee process, it is so incorrect. This globalist compact of immigration, it is a broken system. I have said it before. It does not work. There needs to be a system that works correctly, where people are migrating documented peacefully, in a really documented peacefully, and biometrically also. So we will know who it is, the accelerated asylum, and also the designated asylum immediate case to be attended. You cannot attend 60,000 at one hit. It does not work like that. It works as the process has been done around the world in terms to asylum. And if this needs to change to be accelerated, and to also the other first-class world countries to provide help, and to provide also, say, I'm lifting my hand over here. If the United States is having a huge problem with this influx, I'm lifting my hand over here. There's another country that I can provide also help, that I can provide this, and I can provide jobs. We need man labor. We need this. We need that. Come over here also. We can come over here also. But there's no lifting of the hand. Everybody's putting their hands back behind their backs, and nobody's doing anything. And they're just relying on just watching this crisis continue and continue and continue. So the Stay in Mexico policy, just summing up of everything that is happening, the Stay in Mexico policy will be implemented now by different, is going to go as a domino effect, little by little. Particularly, apparently, it already started in San Diego, California, which is the border that I am at. That is Tijuana with San Diego, California. From there, it will supposedly jump into Ciudad Juarez, El Paso. from there to Bronzeville, and so. But right now, apparently, it is being implemented in San Diego, California. A lot of people are thinking it is implemented in all the borders. No, it is not like that. Joe Biden has changed it. He said that he was going to implement it step by step, little by little, on every city, on every state. So in that way, the influx will not just be stuck in one particular city, and ultimately it will not be stuck on a border. So it's not, I will shut it down. I will shut down the whole border, not letting anybody in. No, this guy is going, apparently the strategy of this guy is go slowly, little by city by city. And right now you will see that this strategy, it is actually happening, as you will see people entering by Yuma sector, the Yuma sector that has, one of the places that I've been there in Yuma on the Mexican side, and also on the U.S. side, I've been there. The Yuma sector is the one that is being right now affected by the influx. A lot of the people, a lot of the migrants are arriving on the other side of the border. And when they arrive to the other side of the border, they think that they're going to wait for the Border Patrol, but the Border Patrol is not even there. Nobody is there. The Border Patrol is surpassed, and the courts are surpassed. There's a lot of people that they're coming in, or they're not organizing, or there's in my understanding, I believe that they're overwhelmed, and it has always been like that. They are overwhelmed with this situation. So this is the Stay in Mexico policy. Vulnerable situations only are going to be allowed, as it is vulnerable people, elderly people, sick people. The LGBTQ community is also in the vulnerable gap of individuals that they can enter with humongous possibility of getting the political and refugee asylum. Ultimately, also vulnerable countries, as it is Venezuela and Cuba, they have a persecution for what is going on, socialism, communism, and the horrible situations of poverty, the extreme poverty that is occurring into this. A lot of people say, when is this going to stop? We've gone 6 years on this. 6 years on this. And it is, I believe, and I think, by this time, we will have some kind of an organized system. And it is so corrupt, as you see what happened a couple of days ago when there was a horrible accident of 56 people that died in this smuggling tractor trailer that had 166 migrants, and 56 of them died because of an accident that happened, tragic accident. But now you see that the Institute of National Immigration had a lot to do to let them pass. It is a lot of corruption, and it's taking away lives, as the necessity and all these anxiety that it creates, the long processes, or the the slow way. It's just the process is so incorrect. That's why I've been saying for the longest time, it is a broken system. The globalist compact of immigration, it is a broken system, and nobody respects those processes. So why you put a globalist compact of immigration if you're not even going to respect those processes as so it should be done? Even the globalist compact itself says migrating documented peacefully and with a purpose. So it is not that way. It has turned into a chaotic situation due to past policies. And also we go back to the Obama administration, that he's the one that brought this globalization into the West Hemisphere. So it is just a never-ending story. We're going on 6 years of this, and there's no solution. So that solution needs to be provided. So the Stay in Mexico policy is being implemented little by little in San Diego, California. It starts in San Diego, California. Thanks so much for joining in. Now let's go to the blockage. Again, migrants in Tapachula have demonstrated their anger and their discomfort to the Mexican authorities as their processes for them to leave the better known now as they know it as prison of migrants in Tapachula. Now they have also today they have demonstrated their discomfort.
Los hijos, supuestamente ACNUR se llena la boca diciendo que ayuda a las familias. Habemos familias de 5, 4 hijos, de 7 integrantes, y ACNUR no ayuda.
Talking about ACNUR, and look how they talk about ACNUR. ACNUR, it is the Commission of Refugees from the United Nations. Look how I'm saying that these globalist compact of immigration in the United Nations are not doing their job. She's saying ACNUR is saying that they're helping families by 2s and 3s and 4s, and they're not helping nobody. Their mouth is full with lies. ACNUR, AC, I think it's ACHNUR because they add the H right there. I don't remember the logo, but if it's not ACH, it's ACNUR. But I believe that there's an H right there. But ACNUR, it is a lagoon of an organization from the United Nations. So this is a migrant that they're protesting right now. This video that I'm providing for you guys, video that is provided by Juan Manuel Blanco from Frontera Sur, and also he works for Televisa, a good friend of ours. Particularly this, this migrant is saying ACNUR is not helping. The organization from the United Nations is not helping, and they're lying that they're providing help to us. So they're blocking the street again. Now it is Latinos that they're blocking the street. In the past protests, it was people from Haiti and Africa, which I was there in that protest and on those blockage. So this is, let's go back to the interview.
Es mentira, no ayuda. Migración ha cancelado los buses, no nos quieren ayudar.
Immigration has canceled the buses. They don't want to help us.
Entonces
se están vendiendo los boletos.
Dice que de 200, 300 dependiendo el cobro. Como nosotros.
Immigration is selling the buses and selling the bus tickets. Ay, hijos de lángaros largos, hijos de. Immigration, it is immigration. It is selling the bus tickets. This has been a thing that has been open in Tapachula. We have done multiple interviews with migrants that they have said how much they are being charged by INAMI agents to be transported and to be moved from one particular sector to another. Some of them say 10,000 pesos. Some of them say 12,000 pesos. Some of them say until 14,000 pesos to be moved through inspection points, smuggled by the own organization and by the own government. You're talking about $500, $600, $700 per person to be, smuggled in through different sectors. A lot of people are going to say, where did they get the money? Where did they get this? Where did they get that? Well, the number one solution is they sell their properties, they sell their companies that they used to have, or ultimately they have family members that they live in the United States and they provide help for them to move up to the north. So this goes to the interview. It goes like this.
Vamos a pagar eso. No
pero dicen que es a los que no están en la lista. Nosotros estamos acá desde el viernes que nos tocaba salir supuestamente. Nos dijeron que el lunes no salimos, nos dijeron que ayer no salimos.
We have been waiting since Friday, and they told us that we're going to leave. It's Monday. We're not leaving, so they're not providing the buses. This exact same problem started happening in the Mapastepec area, and it is just, I will tell you, I remember being in Mapastepec with 100, it was 900 migrants. I was broadcasting from there, and it was a complete chaos of people waiting for buses to be provided. A lot of the migrants, they don't want to go to the United States of America. They just want to go outside of this place of Tapachula. They say that there's no work. They say that there's no place. This can be prevented by having an organized immigration process, and it is not organized. This is the problem. You got a disorganized immigration, and you create these kind of irregularities at every border.
Hoy ya no tenemos dinero, tenemos niños pequeños. Esto es una injusticia lo que están cometiendo con nosotros.
And they're saying we don't have money. We have small children. It is a total injustice what they're doing to us. Quick pause right here. Thanks so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Boys News. Thank you so much for joining in into this live feed. Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link. If you guys like to contribute to our travel fund, thank you so much. Our travel fund, we are going to be traveling soon to Central America soon. We're going to be traveling. So all of your investment is going to traveling and also ultimately to bring you guys raw and uncut footage as we have been doing consistently in the south border that connects to Guatemala. So let's go back to the video. You will see migrants upset and their discomfort, and they're closing the roads right here as they are not allowing vehicles to go in until they are attended.
No hay allá, había mesas allá. Hay mesas.
Yo tengo 5. ¿Qué vamos a pagar? Que al final todos necesitamos. Si tú estás aquí porque no tienes dinero, ¿ves? Tu familia, abandonaste a tu familia, tus hijos, les vas a pagar.
Este lunes pasado comenzó.
This is I forgot his name. I interviewed this man in Mapastepec, and I have the interview of him. And I forgot his name. I got it right here. I got it right here. I'll get it right now. This man was in Mapastepec, and he's in charge of, going in there and trying to negotiate with the migrants. He went into Mapastepec when they had 900 of them. And, basically, as they were being allowed to talk to this man, his first attempt to talk to them was really friendly. His second attempt was in a really prepotent way. And his third attempt was not only by just providing the buses. So let's hear what he says, as he is one of the head chiefs of the Institute of National Immigration, as he is talking to the migrants right here in vast majority a crowd, and he's behind you see some National Guard officials.
Esa nueva actividad, a ustedes se les seguía dando todavía autobús, pero a partir de hoy ya no va a haber. Entonces, los podemos seguir apoyando para incrustarlos en la lista y sacarlos rápido.
We were providing buses for you in the past, but today we're not going to provide buses from now on. We can put you on a new list. And that list, you can, jump on that list, and you can ultimately from there transport and move yourselves.
Siempre y cuando que haya orden.
But entirely, we want order. That's the number one thing. We want order.
A partir de mañana.
Starting tomorrow, we're going to provide this new list, and buses are going to be provided.
Todos los días, porque todos los días se hace en la mañana.
Every day, because every day we check a list.
No hubiese hecho esto, no hubiese venido nadie.
If we don't do this, nobody would have come over here. If we don't block the streets, nobody would have come. And I will tell you something. He's right. He's right. Sadly, the Mexican government needs this kind of action or these kind of situations for them to attend the crisis that is occurring in the south border. And I will tell you why. What happened when they were blocking the stadium, and immediately the Institute of National Immigration came over here and they attended in the south border the situation when they saw 10,000 people outside in the sun, without no water, without no attendance, and ultimately, nobody was providing no help, whatsoever. This created an attitude for the governmental organizations and also for the government of Mexico to attend the situation immediately. Ultimately, press has to do a lot with it. When you see multiple press and also international press in that particular place, as we were, they don't want that kind of image to be drawn into the basically the organization. So immediately they try to fix the problem. So the migrant is saying, if we did not block this, you will not be here. Sadly, that's the way that is being done in Mexico.
Que no había nadie de conocimiento. Yo estoy haciéndome de conocimiento de esta información.
I just knew about this information, and I'm right here.
Y puedo estar negociando con ustedes
and this is why I'm negotiating with you guys.
Para darles la atención igual que al resto.
To give the attention to and exactly to all other people.
Esto de la gente.
Sí, solo una pregunta.
Sí, dígame.
Nosotros tenemos ya varios días de estar aquí.
Ya lo sé.
Nosotros los anotamos en los buses para
ya lo sé.
We have been here for more than since last week. Why we're not being provided the buses?
Entiéndame, ya no
As people were awaiting at the park. Until the Institute of National Immigration provides some kind of solution for the people to leave with buses. Outside of
dar los traslados y ahora resulta que nos dijo que ya no hay traslados, que el gobierno se habían quedado sin recursos para...
He's saying that there's no transportation, that they got, they ran out of transportation because there's no resources. Look what I've been saying for the past week. And it's a word that also our producer has been completely consistently saying to me also, that is a key word that is going to happen at every border. Resources is going to be key. Now, key is going to be resources. And ultimately, this is playing a factor right now on every border. There's no resources, or there are basically the governments are centralizing the resources and they don't want to let go. It's one of the two. They have resources, or they don't want to they don't want to release resources. So right now, this migrant is saying they told us that they were going to move us next week. They're going to transport us next week, but the government is saying that there's no resources.
Apoyarnos. Entonces nos quieren dar el salvoconducto y que cada quien pague sus pasajes. Entonces aquí habemos bastantes inmigrantes que no tenemos los recursos.
He's saying, well, they're trying to give us the self-conduct. Self-conduct, what is it? For everybody that is watching, self-conduct is when the Institute of National Immigration provides you to ultimately take the decision to leave on your own, but with the document. But this is the solution for the Institute of National Immigration when they don't have enough money for buses or to provide transportation. So they give a self-conduct letter, and ultimately also they give also a identification, or they give a self-conduct letter for them to go to another state and get the visa, humanitarian visa, and the visa transit, or whatever it is. So he's saying not all of us have money to pay a bus ticket. So how are we gonna do this?
Para subir. Entonces,
¿Esta opción de pagar el pasaje no es buena para ustedes?
no es bueno porque
so the option to pay you guys can pay your own ticket. It is not a good option for you. And this man, and I'm sorry about what I'm about to say, but this man wants everything paid. This young man, he has been provided the exit, and he has been provided the opportunity to leave in a way. And ultimately, he says, this is not a good solution for them. We want our ticket, or we want our transportation to be done.
sinceramente habemos bastantes que no tenemos los recursos, pues. Y
there's a lot of us that we don't have resources, so how are we going to get to the other state?
Que aquí hay bastantes niños que todos están esperando su turno para subirse a los buses.
And there's a lot of kids right here that they're waiting on buses to get on top of the buses.
Todos los que estamos aquí tenemos turno.
All of us, we are in line. We are in line. We have a number.
Ya se cumplió nuestro día. Aquí que ha fallado es migración porque no nos.
And we have complied with our days. And the only organization that has failed here, it is the Institute of National Immigration.
Ha respetado nuestro listado.
They haven't respected our list.
Que todos estábamos organizados.
¿Cuándo tenías que salir?
That we have been organized. Since when did you have since when you were supposed to be leaving?
Tú, por ejemplo.
Por lo menos nosotros ahora en la a las 8 de la mañana.
Today, we're supposed to be leaving today at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hay gente que tiene una semana esperando.
There's people that have been here more than a week and they haven't left.
Unas personas que tienen semanas esperando.
There's people that they have been, waiting here for weeks.
$200 los asientos de migración cuando depende con quién te encuentres. Porque nos dijeron que, por decirte, a nosotros nos dijeron que a las 8 de la mañana nos íbamos a ir.
How much they're selling these tickets for you to move to another state, and saying $200? They're asking for $200.
Y los buses están saliendo a las 4 de la madrugada. Entonces,
¿y quién se va en esos autobuses?
Los que se quedan dormidos.
So they're saying, they don't say the hour when the buses are going to leave. And their buses, we come over here and the buses leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, and the reporter says, so who's leaving on the buses? And this guy says, well, the guys that stay here all the way, sleeping in the night.
Y los que tienen el dinero para pagar los asientos.
And the people that have the money to pay, the bus fare.
Vacíos que las personas no saben.
¿Tú de dónde eres?
De El Salvador.
Where are you from? From El Salvador.
Sí, hasta que migración nos dé respuesta, que nos apoye. No queremos el salvoconducto, nosotros queremos nuestra.
We don't want the self-conduct. We want our buses to be provided for us to be transported to another state.
La visa humanitaria y
so we can get our humanitarian visa.
Los autobuses a los traslados.
and we can just move from there.
Supuestamente, hasta enero iban a salir las personas que estaban anotados.
Sí,
Supuestamente,
señor.
hasta enero.
So supposedly the people that they were on the list, they were supposed to leave until January. This is a man that is cutting into the conversation. Is another migrant. It says supposedly we supposed again to leave until January. There's a list, and the list goes until January.
De enero para allá se paró la cola. Parece que pasé alguna estrategia a ellos. Ahora no. Ahora vienen y dicen que ya no hay buses, que hay que pagarlo. Yo no puedo.
He's saying no. You know what? They're saying no. From January to a particular month, they are detaining the list. Now they're saying that we got to pay for our bus ticket. I don't have money to pay the bus ticket. How am I going to leave?
Pagar buses. Yo he pagado demasiado en renta aquí, he pagado demasiado en comida. Llevo 3 días con mi hija tirada.
You know, I have paid a lot when it comes to rent. I have paid a lot when it comes to all that is basically with my daughter and everything. I have paid a lot of money. So how am I going to pay the bus fare? I don't have to pay the bus fare.
Pagar buses. Yo he pagado demasiado en renta aquí, he pagado demasiado en comida. Llevo 3 días con mi hija tirada ahí en un parque arriesgando.
We have been, me and my daughter, we have been sleeping in the park.
Que me asalten porque no hace mucho asaltaron a uno por allá atrás.
Risking myself and my daughter to be assaulted because there's not too long ago somebody got assaulted in the park.
Y le cayeron a golpe. Para que vengan ahora los muy bonitos a decir que tenemos que pagar los buses. Yo no.
For them to act all pretty now and come over here and tell us that we have to, pay our buses, it is not fair.
Quiero pagar nada.
I don't want to pay anything.
Que me toca.
I want my bus that is supposed to be for me. I want my bus. I want my number.
El que me toca, porque hablé con él y me dijeron a mí de que yo tenía que esperar mi turno.
They told me that, and I talked to them, and they said you have to wait your turn.
Y se dio el caso aquí que salieron 4 de 36 a 40 y al otro día volvieron a poner de 36 a 40. Yo le pregunto.
They're jumping numbers, and now they have a number between 36 and 40 on the bus fare, and now it is not that number.
La matemática es nueva.
Imagínese que vemos casos de familias completas que no.
This is the blockage, people.
Se lo llena mucho de baba.
You see rocks right there. This exactly happened in the past. Blockage. The problem is that with this, and you see the cab driver really mad. The cab driver is extremely upset, and you will see what the cab driver says. Why don't they do that in their own country? That's what the cab driver said right here. Let me just play it back. The cab driver really upset because he was not being allowed to go and continue his work, and he said, "Why migrants go? Why don't you do that in your own country?" That's what the cab driver said.
Primero van a escucharme, por favor.
First, you got to listen to me, the leader of the Institute of National Immigration. Say it.
El gobierno de México es un
government of Mexico.
Gobierno de leyes.
It's a government of laws. This is what this man is saying. First and foremost, I want you to listen to me. The government of Mexico, it is a government of laws.
Y esto que están haciendo ustedes es un delito en México.
And this, what you guys are doing right now in our land, it is a crime in our country.
Si eso usted no lo está entendiendo,
if you guys are not understanding this,
esto puede convertirse en una situación adversa a ustedes.
And if you guys are not understanding this, this can turn into a really adverse situation for you.
El gobierno le estaba apoyando en la medida de lo posible.
The government was supplying and is helping you in the most possible way.
Se está apoyando hasta donde hubo autobuses.
The government is providing onto They were providing you with buses.
Ya no hay más recursos para autobuses.
There's no more resources for buses.
Ahora, lo que se está haciendo
Now, what we are doing
es entregarle un pase para que se trasladen en una forma individual.
Now, what we are giving is that we are giving you a pass, a self-conduct, for you to transport yourself on your own.
Cada cual.
Every single one of you.
No hay forma de manejar más autobuses.
There's no way that we can afford more buses.
Definitivamente ya no hay recursos.
There is no resources. Again, the word resources. This is going to continue to happen, people. This is why a lot of people say, well, Mexico is not doing anything. Mexico is trying to do what they have their responsibility to do so. But the problem is that also you have other countries that they're not helping also with aid until this situation. Who is going to provide resources? It's lacking of resources. Also, it's in the United States. It is also lacking of personnel. You have really low self-esteem in the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol is overwhelmed. And, this is a situation that is going to be exacerbated as this continues. And, in the Stay in Mexico policy, that is like a domino effect that is going little by little on every city. Migrants are going to know that the Stay in Mexico policy, it is being implemented. So as soon as it's being implemented, they're trying to get out of the south border of Tapachula. Let me just put the video again to see what the gentleman has to say more.
Entendimos, ahora nosotros entendimos.
You understood.
Déjenme hablar. Nosotros estamos aquí protestando. Nosotros respetamos las leyes de México.
We are right here protesting. We are protesting right here, and we respect the migrant response. Let me talk, says we are migrants. We are right here protesting, and we respect the laws of Mexico.
Y hasta ahora mismo.
I don't think so. Immediately responds this man. The person in charge of the Institute of National Immigration with the migrants says, we respect the laws of Mexico. He immediately responds, I don't think so.
Estamos respetando, pero tú sabes por qué estamos aquí.
We are respecting it, and you know what we are here for.
Porque nos tienen tirado como un perro ahí.
Because you have us laying down as dogs over there on the street.
Usted vino a decir ahora, nadie lo ha dicho. Nos tienen engañado.
You guys are cheating on us. You guys are lying to us that you're going to provide buses.
Y han vendido los boletos, los buses.
And you guys have sold the tickets of the buses
toda esta semana y
the whole week.
El mundo está de testigo aquí.
And everyone, it is right here in witness that you guys have sold your tickets to the people that they were supposed to be provided the bus transportation for free. Excuse me.
$300,
$400. $300 to $400. To every ticket.
Escúchame. El Instituto de la Ciudad de Migración no hace ese tipo de negociaciones.
The Institute of National Immigration does not do those kind of negotiations. What? The migrant responds, what? Everybody's right here as witness. Everybody's right here as witness.
That
the officials of the Institute of National Immigration, everybody's here and witness that every official was selling the tickets. The immigration official says, no, that is not true. Let me return that. I didn't get that. Hold on. Let me return that.
Vendían los boletos.
Hay video. Ojalá y que los haya y ojalá que los suban.
There's video saying, oh, well, hopefully we will get that video and we will, we will act.
Si usted no viene aquí nadie ha venido a decirnos eso que usted dijo, porque lo único.
Nobody has come over here to tell us what you're telling us right now.
Lo que queremos nosotros es que no.
The only thing that we want.
We
want only the permits to just go, to leave.
Allá en el parque ecológico se tiene la fila ya.
Where right there in the park, in the ecological park, there is a line for you to attend.
Para entregarle su pase se pueda mover.
So you can get your pass and you can get your bus ticket.
Aquí donde estaba la lista, aquí
But right here, it was where the list was.
hay gente que llevan un mes, 2 meses, está la lista.
And there's people that they've been here waiting for more than a month. What happened to that?
¿Cómo que el parque económico? Si aquí está la lista.
Why are you turning into the ecological park if you are, you're basically, saying right now that it has changed. Somebody's saying misogynist chat. Hold on a minute. Because I don't know if these are people that they don't like, misogynist. I know what misogynist is, but I just want okay. Misogynist meaning a person who dislikes, despises, or is strongly prejudiced against women. How in the holy cow, this generation of people. Let's go back to the interview.
Escúcheme. La oferta que tenían ustedes,
Listen, the offer that you guys had,
que se le fue haciendo listas para que se fueran 5 autobuses diarios.
so there was a list for buses to leave 5 buses at the time of every day.
Eso ya quedó en desuso porque ya no hay autobuses.
That has terminated because we don't have buses. We don't have buses.
Ahora la estrategia que están manejando a partir del lunes,
Now, the strategy that we are managing on Monday
de este lunes, es entregar ese documento.
to deliver yourself a self-conduct document.
Para eso ya está la fila allí.
For that, you have the line right there behind it. You have a line right there behind you. There's a line now for you get to get that document.
Si a ustedes se les citó anteriormente para
If you had a, if you were on a list before, or you were appointed before
a ese tipo de actividad y darles
toward that particular activity or that particular list,
ese autobús, yo les vengo a informar que ya no hay recursos para autobús.
so for you to get that free bus and for you to get that free bus fare, I'm coming here to tell you we don't have resources for more buses. We are done with providing buses for free.
¿Y por qué no siguen la lista de la
But why you don't follow the list? Why don't you follow the list?
fila que estaba? ¿Por qué no
The list that it was here. Why don't you follow the list?
siguen la lista? Porque hay gente que están hace un mes en esa lista.
Because there's people that they've been here for more than a month. Why don't you respect that list?
¿Por qué hacer la nueva? ¿Y por qué
Why you do a new list? Why you're doing a new list? Why you don't follow the list that it was before?
esperar hasta el lunes? ¿Tú sabes
Why to wait till Monday?
cuánto llevamos durmiendo en ese parque?
Do you know how many we have been living right here in the park?
Sin que nadie venga a atender.
With nobody giving us the understanding that they're going to come and pick us up.
¿Quién puedo dialogar?
Buenas tardes.
¿Con quién puedo dialogar?
Gente que estamos aquí, la mayoría de gente que estamos aquí, vendimos todo lo que estamos aquí.
The majority of the people that we are here, we sold everything in our land. We sold everything. We sold every property.
Vendimos todo, las camas, todo.
We sold beds. We sold everything. We sold furniture. We sold everything to come over here.
Vendimos todito para estar ahí y toditos vendieron los números. Yo me tocaba que salir del viernes, aquí estoy. Yo vendí.
I have to be I have been here since Friday and I'm still here.
Ya no tengo de alquilar, ya no tengo nada porque
I don't have a cell phone. I don't have nothing. I sold everything to survive and to be here.
entregué mi casa.
I sold my house also.
Esto es injusto lo que Migración hizo porque
It is unfair and it is an injustice what immigration has done to us.
salieron 3 grupos de números diferentes. Uno
Because there were 3 types of groups different and they're not respecting the list.
vendidos y unos originales. Ahí todos los vendieron, los números los
It's too many people. Man. This is when you're in the middle of these interviews and you're in the middle of these kind of protests, it is really difficult to listen to one and to the other because there's always people that they want to get their point across from this side, and this side. So it's always, kind of difficult to get one statement and then another one and another one when everybody wants to talk at the same time. Let me just go back to the gentleman right here.
En vivo, 300, 500 pesos, dólares.
They're asking for $500 and I don't have that.
Y no... Ajá, por eso, ajá. Aquí lo que estamos somos los que no hemos podido pagar.
The people that were here, the people that we are here are the people that we cannot pay, and we don't have money to pay.
Los que estamos aquí somos los que no hemos podido pagar. Todos los que
The people that were here are the people that we don't have enough money to pay.
tienen dinero ya se fueron. Y nosotros que tenemos días de estar durmiendo aquí no lo hemos podido ir.
And the people that we have been here living on right here in the park, we are the ones that we want to leave because we don't have money.
Solo los que con dinero se fueron ya todos.
The only thing is that with money, that is the only way to get out, and we don't have it.
Ajá, y ahora como ya los pobres estamos aquí, cerraron ya por eso.
And because the poor people, now that we are here, they don't care about us. They don't care about the people that we don't have money.
Que no tenemos, los que no tenemos dinero ya los quedamos aquí a varar.
The people that we don't have any money, we're stuck here. Look at this mess, man. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna get a headache. Look at this mess. Qué desastre, la verdad. Las políticas migratorias en México extremadamente derogativas y demás. No quiero decir hasta de qué más porque se me va a revolver el estómago. The political, the immigration policies in Mexico, they're horrible, and they're ultimately is a complete disaster. They don't know what they're doing. They're surpassed. There's no resources, and they created this chaos and they created this crisis because it would have been easy to just provide transportation, or ultimately just say it's shut. Nobody's coming in. It would have been two solutions. If you don't want this problem, you shut it. If you're going to allow this problem, continue with the influency, continue with the fluency, but in an orderly way, in an orderly fashion way. Now you have this huge problem that is an uncontrollable factor, and you have people that they are struggling to get out, struggling to not get out, buying tickets, not buying tickets. You have a horrific, tragic event that happened last week with 56 migrants. Now the number has gone up. 56 of them have lost their lives. As how many have they have lost their lives, and they lose their lives every day trying to get to the American dream. Smuggled, corruption in the Institute of National Immigration, corruption over here, incentivization by Joe Biden, now putting the stay in Mexico policy. I don't care, push them back. Now you got this problem, Mexico. Now ultimately you're going to have that problem coming in, now problem coming back over here. Holy cow. Whew. And these are people's lives. This is a question that I have continuously asked. When did we forget to be human? God's sake. When did we forget to be human to say, you know what? We don't have the capacity to be playing with people's lives and the people's feelings and the people's children's lives and the children's feelings. People that they're migrating through the Darien Gap, ultimately the most horrible way, losing their lives in the jungle, losing their lives in different places of the world, losing. When did we forget to be human, man? We need to be human in our own country first, Oscar Blue. These are human beings, man. Globalists, elite, dictators, governments are the ones that they're managing these narratives. Don't you understand that? Don't you see that? It's not pandering to the migrants. It's not pandering to the government. It's not pandering to the left. It's not pandering to the right. For God's sake, you forget about Jesus? People forget about that? Did he die for us all? They're using human beings. Manipulation, control. It is a currency. It is a business. Modern day slavery. It is what it is. Ultimately, you have lawlessness with that. Open borders, this is what problems come with. And people risk their lives and they lose their lives for creating an idea that you have the open door and la. So when you get to the place that is shut now, and you have sold properties, land, houses, going through cartels, organized crime, holy cow. Whew. So overwhelming to be And these kind, I will tell you something, people. I was embedded with I don't know how many caravans. For God's sake, I saw so many. Saw so many events, so many things that they take you, they transform you, you absorb all of this when you're in the presence of a child of 8 years old dehydrating in the ground and almost dying. And then the next day you're doing an interview with a migrant that has lost her child of 1 year and 2 months. And then you backlash a little bit and you're watching how a man is carrying a toddler on his hands when it's raining and is wrapped up on plastic. And then you have for God's sake, why? Holy cow. And on the pedestal, you have Biden sitting down on the Oval Office, having a nice cup of tea if he knows what tea is. On this side, on Mexico, you got AMLO that is basically not doing nothing, not doing squat. You are pandering to them. Get the hell out of here. If you don't like it, get out. Then you have the globalists, the United Nations, that is not doing squat about anything. And they're the ones that they created this gigantic, humongous problem. Then you got these dictators that they're living the beautiful life. Maduro, Ortega, Juan Orlando Hernandez, sitting down on a pedestal with a nice Rolex watch, $100,000 table, hundreds of chickens and meats and all kinds of things. Just, I want to eat differently every day. Give me a menu, man. I asked this question, when do we forget to be human? Because it is modern day slavery today. And the situation is not getting fixed. And the way that it's supposed to be fixed is to go directly to their countries and fix the poverty, fix the insecurity, better infrastructure, bring capitalist businesses to grow their economy, not aid, trade sake. Holy cow. Here we go again.
Ya los que tienen dinero ya se fueron, papi.
Nosotros los colombianos y los venezolanos.
La mitad es pobre y la otra mitad es rica. ¿Quién dijo? Según.
Nosotros vivimos.
Ahí están los noticieros que hay que apoyar, no los quieren trasladar.
This is the video that it was provided by Juan Manuel Blanco from Frontera Sur. Thank you so much. I will be doing reports right now on Twitter and also be doing little cuts and little what the hell this message was going on. Okay, all right. I will be doing little cuts and little clips on Getter and also on Twitter if you guys want to see those. Also, I will be doing little clips in Spanish, and also I'm going to do we're going to do some little clips on Twitter and on Getter, on Spanish and then on English. I will be posting this kind of information of everything that has been going on. Also, I will suggest for people, because there's a lot of speculation and misinformation about the stay in Mexico policy, how it is going to work on this particular administration, that is the Biden administration, it is really different as the Trump administration. Really different, and it has, it has the option for vulnerable people. That is the LGBTQ community, and also, not only that, but it has the first attendance to people that they are sick, and also people that they are somebody speaking right here in another language. I don't even know what the hell that language is. I don't even, what is that, Russian or what is it? Elian Van Hoek, what is that? uh so to the vulnerable people, they are going to give them that access. A lot of the countries, they have not been the United States government now, the administration now, is not being accessible to certain countries. So now those countries feel discriminated in a way, and ultimately the population that feels more discriminated is the population of Haiti. That those are the ones that they, particularly a lot of the population, is not being allowed in. That is what the migrant population of Haiti is saying. Tomorrow I will be giving a report. Netherlands, okay, Países Bajos, mucho gusto, gracias por visitarnos. Thank you for visiting from the Netherlands. Now tomorrow I will be giving a report on how many migrants they are planning to stay in Chiapas, as migrants from Haiti have been particularly saying, you know what, we don't want to get out of Chiapas. We are going to stay here. Just provide us something to work. We want to stay here. And the migrants from Haiti, a lot of around 3,000 migrants from Haiti, they are going to stay in the south border in Chiapas to wait for their paperwork, but ultimately to provide some kind of document for them to work in the state of Chiapas, and particularly get out of Tapachula. Nobody wants to be in Tapachula, and also the almost 18 municipal cities that they are to walk with. That I talked to many people, and I said, "Do you know Tapachula, man? I almost know the whole state of Chiapas, man. On the west side, on the east side, and I know the whole state on the east side. Walking." And that is, that's funny because when I go now, and when you're walking, I know now the little stores. Oh, I'm gonna get a water right here. Oh, there's food right here. Oh, there's something over here. There's a ranch over here. I can rest over here. There's shadow. Oh, they're gonna rest right here, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. You already know now how it is. So, you get to know now the Tapachula city. So, I wanted to basically. Oh, thank you so much. The translation in the Netherlands language says, "Don't get sick, Oscar. Take care of yourself too." Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's a comment right here. Islamo kafir, realist. Kafir, do you know what a kafir is? Thank you for your comment on Jesus. Too many forget the real reason for our helping our neighbor. Yes, I do. Oscar, you're doing a fantastic job covering the border. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for that comment, Jenny Cavender. I will read your comments, a few of them, before I go. Give a 5 minutes, only 5 minutes. We'll read your comments. Let me put some glasses on right here so I can read them. You know what? Without glasses, man. What the hell? Still a little bit young. Put capital letters, man. Put capital letters on the live feed. So, let's see. Thank you so much, Lutijaga, for the coffees. Thank you so much. It's a lot of people that I want to thank for the coffees. Thank you. Buy Me Coffee is in the top link for you guys. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, basically it's for the travel fund, people. It is for the travel fund and the maintenance of continuing. So it is. You know, it is a reality. We are continuously traveling and consistently traveling for all of you guys to bring you guys the reality and the truth of the news. So apparently there's hold on a second right here. Lisa, thank you so much for the coffee. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you so much. Love watching your reports, Oscar. Watching from Baltimore. Baltimore, my God, how's that going over there, man? Baltimore is turning into a really insecure, really insecure state or city or whatever it is. Thank you so much. Blondie, also, thank you so much, Blondie, for the coffee. Thank you. God bless your heart. Thank you so much. Hi, Oscar. The letter is big enough. Yes. Muy viajero, mi Oscar. Sí, pues ahí le llevamos, hombre. Ahí vamos, hombre. Oscar, you are so tired. Take a weekend to yourself. I can't do that. I can't. You get anxiety attacks, man. This is the anxiety attack. So, so we're trying to maintain ourselves to continue, guys, to bring you the reality and the truth of the news of everything that is going on. Also, working with our network consistently. It is just, it's the one that drives you and the one that makes you, not to continue to work. What's Guatemala doing to support Tapachula? Nothing. That's the problem. A huge, humongous problem. Humongous problem that Guatemala is also lacking of resources. That's what they say. So everybody now, all of a sudden, they don't have resources. Mary Calloway, we love you, Oscar. Thank you so much. Thank you. Denise B, Oscar, you need self-care too. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're good. We're good. We're good. If you guys see me disappear for like 2-3 weeks now, you ask questions, but it's okay. In Belgium, process begins against people smugglers, the ones in the container. Oh, yes, I saw that. Elaine from Netherlands. I saw that. Vicky Fletcher, Oscar, thank you so much. Thank you again for thank you again for what is it? Where are you? Okay. Thank you for all the knowledge and compassion. Thank you so much, Miss Vicky. Thank you. My family lives in Guatemala and they had no idea until I told them about you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tracy Harmony. Thank you. Thank you. Janie Cavender, you work tirelessly getting the truth out. The word is a lot to thanks. Thank you so much, Janie Cavender. Kim Nelson, thank you so much. We love you, Oscar. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Is that Oscar Blue from Tapachula? Quick shout out to this man right here. Long time a brother and brother from another mother. Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at Getter. You can follow him at what is it, man? What is it? He has I'm just gonna say, bro, I'm just gonna say a couple of platforms because you are all over the place. So Getter, YouTube, and Rumble. Follow him also. Getter, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. Also, but mostly at YouTube. He's live always at YouTube, providing the best information, border information in the country. Man, I will say that in the country of the United States of America. Of course, he is on the side of the United States of America, so he's providing the best information in the side of the United States of America, man. So follow Real Anthony Agüero. Follow him. Rumble and Telegram also as Real Anthony Agüero. Follow him at Real Anthony Agüero as Telegram, man. In Telegram. Last comment, and I will leave the live feed. I don't know if he is going to go live right now. Particularly, he goes live every day, a little bit late at night. So, last comment. If you guys want to just jump in here and you can see right here Anthony's link tree right here. I will show this comment. This is Anthony's link tree. It is on the message box. Thank you so much, producer, for that. Thank you so much. You got Anthony's Linktree right there if you guys want to follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. He's doing a magnificent job, and my God, man, Border Network News has grown so much. So thank you. We are going to leave now. The live feed has been an interesting live feed, an hour and 20 minutes. For God's sake, man, you don't stop talking, Oscar. What the hell is going on? Oh my God. So God bless you all. Follow me at Facebook, Getter, Twitter, Facebook, Getter, Twitter, Telegram as Oscar Blue, and also YouTube. Subscribe to my channel at YouTube. Give it a like, hit that bell. Thank you. It has been a magnificent live feed. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. No.
Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.